Mr. Speaker, I yield 3 minutes to the gentleman from Kentucky, my fellow Rules Committee member, Thomas Massie.
I thank the gentleman from New York. The U.S. should be leading the free world right now, but instead we're falling behind. Hundreds of countries have a vaccine policy that is more liberal than the United States at the moment. If you live in Japan, Italy, Spain, Canada, the United Kingdom, Ukraine, Israel, Germany, France, Australia, South Africa, Egypt, Brazil, Taiwan, Mexico, all of our neighbors to the north and to the south, to the east and to the west, have gotten rid of their COVID vaccine mandates to enter this country. But we have not. Why is that? What is our policy right now? To enter into the United States, if you're a foreigner, you have to have a COVID vaccine. Who can enter right now without a vaccine? Well, if you're an illegal alien apprehended at the border and awaiting a trial or a hearing, you don't need a vaccine. Just come on into the country. We'll check it out later. What if you're somebody who comes in and you've been vaccinated, but you got a full-blown case of symptomatic COVID? Oh, you're vaccinated? No problem. Come on in. Bring your new variant, whatever it is. We'll welcome you. But if you are a healthy tennis player who's not been vaccinated, then stay out of our country. That's the message that we've been sending. Our policy is at least 2 years out of date. The U.S. Travel Association recognizes this. They said that every day this policy remains in place encourages some travelers to avoid the U.S., costing us valuable visitor spending and delaying our efforts to reignite inbound travel. So our economy is suffering, but that's not really what compelled me to offer this bill. I'm concerned about the families who've been separated for 3 years, children who haven't seen their parents, spouses who haven't seen each other, separated for 3 years. There's no religious exemption in the vaccine mandate policy that the United States has. In fact, there are dictatorships that have better policies than ours right now. Iran, Russia, China, Cuba, Syria. Oh, not vaccinated? Not a problem, because they recognize at least the science behind it. Mr. Speaker, this is a structured rule. We're allowing during the debate, we're going to allow 3 amendments from the Democrats on my bill. And we're going to allow 2 Republican amendments. I think that's very kind of us. We didn't see this kind of openness and legislative deliberative process when the other party was in the majority. And think about this as I close. Today, later in this chamber, there will be over 1,000 people sharing the oxygen, the air in this room with the President and the Vice President of the United States. And none of those 1,000 people that will be in this room have been mandated to take the vaccine. So when you think about casting your vote on this, just consider for a second, are you being a hypocrite? Since none of your staff and none of the members of this legislative body or the Supreme Court or the Senate who are going to join us here later today with the President, none of them have been mandated to take the vaccine. We shouldn't do the same. We should not project xenophobia from this country. We should allow visitors, we should reunite families, and we should reignite our economy. By eliminating this policy, I support the rule and I yield back.
The gentleman reserves.